Sa right of way, sino nagbabayad? NGCP or Transco or PISAM? PISAM, no? Di ba?
Mr. Chair, if I may respond.
Yes.
Doon po sa mga dating or lumang transmission lines, Transco po ang nagbabayad ng sa mga claimants doon sa right of ways. Pero doon po sa mga bagong transmission projects, NGCP po ang nag-acquire ng right of way.
So pag nag-acquire nila, kaninong pangalan?
Yun po yung isang issue kasi dapat dahil yung asset sa Transco, in the end, dapat po sana nasa Transco. Pero the way nire-register nila yon nasa pangalan po ng NGCP.
O bakit nasa pangalan ng NGCP? Yung mga binibili yung right of way. Hindi po dapat nasa Transco yan dahil pag-aari po yan ng gobyerno, hindi sa inyo?
Mr. Chair,
yes.
may I respond? I refer to RA 9511 Earth Franchise, Section 4. It states that the grantee may acquire such private property as is necessary for the realization of the purposes for which this franchise is granted.
May acquire?
Yes, Mr. Chair. That means purchase or otherwise acquire rights to the property.
So, kaninong property? Sa inyo o sa gobyerno?
Mr. Chair, the obligation under the concession agreement is that we have to turn it over at the end of the period, but under the franchise, we are given the authority to acquire property.
Okay, ang tanong, kung iti-turn over niyo sa government, I agree with that. Sige, sabihin na natin.
Mr. Chair.
So, ay, ma'am, sige.
Mr. Chair.
Yusek Karin.
The concession agreement, which is a private agreement among the parties, says that it should be under Transco's name.
Nakalagay sa concession
Mr.
agreement?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Attorney Cynthia,
Yeah.
wag tayo magkakaroon ng gross misrepresentation dito, ha?
Mr.
Yeah.
Chair, if we may be allowed to respond.
Yeah.
Sige, okay,
please.
go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, it's correct. Under the concession agreement, it should be in Transco's name. But if it is provided that if NGCP can get a franchise, then NGCP may acquire the property under its own name. That's what is clear under the concession agreement in relation to the franchise.
Okay, ganito na lang, sir. Para, okay lang ako dyan, i-allow natin. Ang tanong, ito. Halimbawa, nabili nyo ngayon ng property. Ita-turn over nyo sa government. So, magkano nyo ita-turn over yung property nyon? Anong value? Is it the value when you buy it or sa 2034 ang presyo? Naibabalik
There's
sa
a
gobyerno.
mechanism, Mr. Chairman, under the concession agreement.
Yeah, you tell me, kasi alam niyo yung concession agreement. You tell me, ano nakalagay? Kung binili mo property ngayon, ita-turn over mo sa 2034, magkano ang value nun? Value ngayon o present value ng 2034?
Mr. Chair, yun po yung subject to valuation na may proseso po yan sa concession agreement
tataas
kung
nga.
paano po evaluate.
Ayun na nga ang contention, Attorney Mucha.
Titingnan po
Kapag
natin.
yan po ay turn over natin at the end of the concession, mahal na ang bili ng gobyerno. Eh baka mamaya hindi, yan na lang i-offset di lugi-lugi na gobyerno. Hindi pa pwede yun. Disadvantages to the government eh. Di ba? Yun ang sinasabi ng EPIRA sa RA 9136, 47A. Liwanag ng EPIRA, oh.
Yeah, Mr. Chair,
Di
may I
ba?
respond,
Ang sinasabi
please?
dyan, oh.
Please, please, you may continue.
Pakinggan niyo muna.
Wait.
47A, NPC, privatization.
Wait.
The privatization value of the NPC shall be optimized.
Mr. Chair, if I may
Kasi
respond.
malulugi ang gobyerno niya kapag turnover mo pa sa 2034.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, may I respond? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Can we ask her to respond? Okay, thank you, ha? Kasi, okay, so we will ask her to respond. You now have the chance to respond, but please make it brief.
Yes, Mr.
You've been
Chair.
using the word wide latitude.
This
It's
one, I will be very brief.
It's already 10:30.
Yes,
okay?
Mr.
So
Chair.
keep it
Past
brief.
my
Thank
bedtime
you.
as well. Mr. Chair, I will be brief. This was not a negotiated bid. This was a concession agreement drafted by government and opened to the public in open public bidding. There were 3 failed bids prior. And we cannot, NGCP cannot speculate as to the wisdom behind the provisions of that draft that was provided to the bidders. Neither can we speculate on the provisions of the concession, the franchise law when it was passed. We only know that we followed the law governing our concession and our franchise, and we have tried to do so from day one, and we have conducted our operations with full transparency to the best of our effort.
Section ano yan? Section 4?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I will accept that, Mr. Chairman. But of course, we have to always consider na yung pong disadvantage ng ating pong gobyerno pagdating po sa mga bagay na ganitong usapin. And lastly, Mr. Chairman, last na po to kasi actually, itatabi ko na po itong huling dokumentong to. Hindi na po, next time na po to. Ito na lang pong huli. Last na talaga to. Yung Transco po, kasi po, meron po akong nabasa, yung pong right of way that Transco has yet to pay ay umabot po ng 400 billion. Totoo ba ho to? Kasi according dito sa documents, sinasabi, sa 2024, you need 5 billion for the right of way. Sa 2025, kailangan nyo ng 6.4 billion. Sa 2026, kailangan nyo ng 8.2 billion for right of way. Is this true?
Mr. Chair, if I may respond. Yung pong right of way universe namin is in the order of 300,000 titles. And our estimate is at around 300 billion for all this transmission, or rather, transmission
right-of-way claims.
Yes, sir.
Kasi nakalagay dito, over 197,000 potential right-of-way claims that had yet to be processed by Transco. Kaya umabot po kayo ng 400 billion na kakailanganin po ninyo na at taon-taon aabot tayo ng 5 billion. Saan kukunin ang perang pambayad nito? Sa konsesyon?
Tama po. Doon po namin kinukuha sa concession fee na...
Ang binabayad lang sa inyo ng concession is 2 billion. Noong 2022, 2.8 billion. Noong 2023, 2.8 billion. Magbabayad ka na ngayon ng 5 billion. Oh, saan mo kukunin?
Pumihingi po kami ng additional funds sa PISAM.
That's the reason why itong ating pong, Mr. Chairman, ating privatization, hindi po talaga nagtutugma. Dati, nagre-remit sila ng 15 billion. Ngayon, kailangan pa nilang manguha ng pera para makabayad sa right of way. Nalulugi po ang gobyerno. Am I correct, Mr. President?
Kung nalulugi po, may deficiency lang po talaga sa pondo. Now, maidagdag ko lang po if you may allow, Mr. Chair, tungkol po sa titulo as written in the concession agreement. Aksulat po sa 5.01 title, notwithstanding anything in this agreement, Transco shall retain title to, first, all transmission assets, intellectual property rights, 2, all assets comprising projects under construction or new projects, and 3, all easements, right of way, or other real estate interest, and so on and so forth.
Now, I understand kung saan kayo nanggagaling, saka DOE, saan ka rin nanggagaling, NGCP. Nagbabangga yung dalawang provision, and we have to settle that. That's the reason why, Mr. Chairman, we really need to review. At considering that, kasi disadvantage sa government yun na pinapangalan nila sa kanila, dapat sa atin nakapangalan yun. Para sa ganun, pagdating ng 2034, hindi na tayo mahirapan i-transfer sa atin. Gastos yun sa gobyerno. At sinabi po, di ba dapat yung pong concession agreement o yung EPIRA law, it's always considering the privatization value ay in favor of the government. I-optimize natin, i-maximize natin. Kaya nga tayo nag-award, kailangan po, Mr. Chairman, yung present value natin na ibibigay sa gobyerno na proceed ay tama. At dito, mukhang may salto po. Hindi po tama yung provision na binabanggit ng NGCP, and I agree with the section. Saan mo nabasa yan? Concession agreement?
5.01 po ng concession agreement.
Ano yung binasa mo kanina mo siya?
Section 4 of RA 9511.
Oh, tinan mo, nagbabanggaan yung dalawa eh. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, yun lang po muna at dahil alas 11 na po, maraming po salamat. At magandang gabi po sa
Well,
lahat.
thank you very much, Honorable Dan Fernandez. Just for your information, I was ready to prepare breakfast, no? Because I was worried about your line of questioning. So sabi ko, maganda kaya ako ng breakfast, pinastambay ko ng almusal. Sabi ko, just in case umabot ng 12 o'clock to. The Chair would like to recognize the Honorable Ann Matibag of the 1st District of Laguna. Welcome, ma'am, to this hearing. So, now that I'm sure we've been here for 10 hours, this is the second inquiry. We started the briefing December 23, and this is the second inquiry of this motu proprio hearing on NGCP with the purpose of trying to bring down the cost of electricity. Pagkatapos po ng marami nating meetings, simulan ng briefings noong 2024, lubusan nating sinisiyayat iniisa ang mga concerns ng ating mga kasamahan dito sa Kongreso, mga government agencies at ang ating mga constituents tungkol sa papel ng transmission sector sa pagde-deliver ng kuryente sa iba't ibang parte ng ating bansa na sa pinakamababang halaga. Itutuloy po natin ang ating inquiry habang iniintay natin isubmit ang mga dokumento ng NGCP at iba't ibang ahensya. Tayo magpapadala pa rin ng imbitasyon at subpoena base sa mga napagkasunduan natin sa pagpupulong nito, lalo na sa foreign nationals. May we summarize the request of our members, invite the NICA to the next hearing, request a copy of the TSN in the Senate. This is the TSN, the notes, no? On the statements made, conduct ocular inspection on the systems control of NGCP, subpoena Dulce Tecum on the shareholders agreement, and the role of the chair if he exercises executive function, and presumed to submit a redacted version of non-compliance. Of course, we also have the request of the Honorable Dan Fernandez, which was submitted earlier. And again, I would like to request the importance of securing our grid cannot be overstated, as we've seen in these 3 hearings, as it stands at the heart of national security and public safety. In an increasingly interconnected world, the stability of our energy infrastructure is critical, not only for economic prosperity of our nation, but also for the safety and well-being of every Filipino. Given this geopolitical complexity surrounding the West Philippine Sea, ensuring that our grid is insulated from external vulnerabilities is indeed paramount. A resilient and secure transmission system safeguards us against potential disruptions, mitigates risks of foreign interference, and strengthens our strategic autonomy. Tayo po'y nagpapasalamat sa mga membro ng committee at mga kasama, ang ating mga distinguished colleagues na nandito hanggang alas 11 ng gabi. Mga kasama natin sa Kongreso, mga resource persons, mga panaunahing na sa kanilang muling pagdalo. Maraming salamat. Inaasahan po natin ang inyong patuloy na kooperasyon as we navigate through this discussion to finally bring down the cost of electricity. On that note, we ask the NGCP, particularly Attorney Sagayo, to give the Secretariat the contact details of your new point person, since we understand that there's a new one, as we have been advised that the contacts have been changed, and we do not have the contact numbers of those we need to get in touch with. Please submit that. We'll appreciate that.
We'll do that,
Attorney Paul.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Committee on Legislative Franchise continues to acknowledge the energy security as a cornerstone of our national defense and development. The committee, with its mandate, must ensure that the privilege of a franchise is given to those who commit to comply with our laws and work for the good of the Filipino people in always. By securing our robust systems, enhancing local capabilities, and fostering trustworthy partnerships, we can fortify our grid and secure a future where energy is a source of strength, not vulnerability. As former President Manuel L. Quezon once said, I prefer a government run like hell by Filipinos to a government run like heaven by the Americans. But unlike what President Quezon said, fast forward to a good century later, we now live at a time where Filipino engineers, scientists, and experts have been armed with appropriate and sufficient technical know-how to earn them the right to run our most vulnerable system. Sama-sama po nating siguraduhin ang ating sistemang pang-enerhiya ay nasa kamay ng ating mga kapwang Pilipino patungo sa panalangin nating makantamang isang ligtas at mapayapang Pilipinas at siyempre ang ating hinahangad na murang at mas murang kuryente. Sa inyong lahat, bilang chairman po ng Franchise Committee, ako po si Gaston Bunting, ang kongresista ng Ikalawang Distrito ng Parañaque. Bobati sa inyo ulit. Maraming salamat at mag-ingat po kayo sa inyong pag-uwi. Magandang gabi po sa inyo.